Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Show Up podcast, where my guest, Lindsay Stevens, and I show up and just talk about some real estate growth-minded, entrepreneurial, sales-focused stuff. So here we are. It is early August. Lindsay, how are we doing today?
We're doing so good. How you doing today?
Good, man. I'll tell you, your energy when we jumped on right before we hit record, I was like, Lindsay's on fire. She's ready to go.
Yeah,
And
I'm
she
like,
goes,
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Let me
heads
just
up.
start with saying something for you, though, my friend. I want to congratulate you and the entire Align team at anchoring down the number one spot in the
Thank you.
world,
Thank
which
you.
is epic. I pulled the leaderboard last night. I was like, "Ooh, they actually have a hefty lead right now." For a minute, it was like a marginal. Now it's like, okay, we're here.
It was neck and neck for a while. Dan and Kyle texted us last week, and we're like, "Hey, if we had to lose number one spot, we're happy that we lost it to you guys." And we got a lot of pending. We got a lot of new teams keep coming in, and we're growing like crazy. I think I love those guys, but I think we're going to pull away. I don't think there's going to be much of a
100%.
competition
You
going.
had like $100 million month last month.
We've
Are-
had multiple
I mean,
now. It's becoming the new standard. It's
like upstate New York, we're lucky to do 100 million in like half the year.
well,
So
we're going to talk about teams today, actually. It's a great segue. One of the topics we were going to kick off on is, should every agent be on a team? Big team versus little team. Like, what do teams get wrong about culture? It's a very team-focused conversation that we're going to have today. So it's actually a great segue. And thank you very much for the kind words. We're working hard and we're having fun, and that's the key. The key piece of it is that we're doing it all while growing and having fun. But so, what will we talk about today? Let's go a quick rundown, and then we can get into some topics. First thing is big team versus small team. What's better? Why would you build one or the other? We'll get a little conversation around that. Second question, which we'll talk about our buddies Dan and Kyle on this one actually, should every agent join a team is another thing I want to talk about. The culture trap, like what the heck is culture? What does culture mean? Like what is that really, like it can become such a thrown around word. Well, let's talk a little bit about what culture is and what really matters in it. And then fourth topic I want to wrap up with like, what does no one tell you about scaling? What are the things that when you got into think, oh, I'm going to build something big, there's going to be tons of agents, tons of software, tons of employees, all these things. Like, what was the thing you didn't think about and didn't know about? But let's jump in. Talk to me about teams, Lindsay. We've both been building and growing teams, working around teams for years now. I've seen big teams, I've seen small teams. I've run a small team, I've run a big team. I've seen teams that are not really teams that think they're teams. I've seen teams that are broker. Like, where do you sit when you take a look at the landscape currently of real estate? Who's doing it right? What's the right model? Or is there arguments for both having a place, big teams and
yeah,
small teams?
I'm excited about this because I feel like we sit on like two sort of different, like we're in different places in terms of like teams and scaling. Um, where well, one, I do believe that most agents, in terms of like profitability, leverage, and scaling their own business, should be on a team. And I could go toe to toe with anybody all day long because I feel like the misconception of teams is that they're going to make less money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And everybody thinks like split. That's all they focus on. They don't think about like net in pocket. And I'm going to be really candid with you. Like, if I ever saw an exit from where I'm at right now, the first place I would land would be inside of a team. Like, I would be happy to join in a line, a whistle, like whether that's in like leadership and or as an agent, like it would be my first path.
Totally.
Like, wouldn't try and recreate it. I wouldn't try and rebuild it. And I believe like that strongly in the success of agents inside a team, that like I would do that personally in phase 2 of my journey.
100%. And you like kind of like bleeding into the second topic, right? We can bleed these together. So should every agent be on a team? A couple of years ago, actually, when we were there with you guys in San Diego, with Fast Forward, Dan
Yeah.
Kyle's thing, we were messing around. Red's like, let's move to San Diego. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's move to San Diego. And she's like, well, what would it look like if we actually moved to San Diego? How would we do that? We start a new team. We would start selling real estate. Here I go. I would join Dan's team. You join Kyle's team, and we'd figure it out from there. Because I'm not coming in here and restarting and recreating things. Like, I'm going to go the on-ramp to success on a team, especially in today's day where there's so many lead sources and so many softwares and so many different things to consider of how to build a business. You almost would be, in my opinion, it's almost impossible to build it by yourself, like, and be sane and profitable and have a life at the same time, right? It's doable, but
Yeah. and for the perspective of the agent, I think about it, and sometimes I'm like, I wish I could do it. I wish I could be me as Agent Lindsay and step into a team and see how much I could do with the leverage of an organization
Yeah.
like yours or mine, and be able to really try and like scale in a way that gives you a life and some flexibility, and which I didn't have when I was in production because I wasn't good at running my business. So I just wonder, like how much I could personally do if I did do that. But I think, it's just the path to expedited success. Like I really believe that.
Yeah.
And I think agents just need to stop focusing on like, what are they paying the team? It's like, what is the team providing to me that's going to allow me to accelerate my business? And what is in my bank account at the end of the year? That's all that matters.
Yep. That's not what you make; it's what you keep, right? So my goal is always, if I'm sitting there talking to like someone who's doing $5 or $10 million a year, it's I want to help you do $30 million a year, but make it feel like you're actually working less than you are now to make 5 or 10. Yes, the
Because of
split will be
leverage.
bigger, but
Yeah.
and you're going to make more money, and we're going to make money too, and everyone's going to be profitable, and we're going to help more clients in like a right way. So it's a triple win across the board, right? That's the
Yeah.
reason why we exist. If we were just in it for the money, Lindsay, we'd be doing other things
Of
because the
course.
brokerage and team models are it's just squeeze, 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 margins, 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 right? Like so, it's definitely we have a passion, and I think any team leader that's doing it at a high level has a passion for building something, helping people, working with partners, building relationships, not just squeezing every last dollar out. Because there's other profitable ways to run real estate businesses. Where I'm actually talking to a friend of ours who's got a great little team. He's not sure which way he wants to go. He's not sure if he wants to build big and like recruit, 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 and kind of build a big org around him, or if he wants to stay lean, mean, and profitable. And I said both those paths are good. Like we have a great guy in our market up here who's just like he sells like 100 million a year by himself, like 2 admins and two like showing assistants. He's super profitable. He's probably got like a 90% profit margin, but he works like 50-hour weeks still on his 20th year in the business. He has no scalability out, but he'll probably retire as a decamillionaire in a year now. But like he
Yeah.
knew that. That was his plan. So I think like, you have to pick when we talk big team or small team. I don't almost think there's not really a solo producer anymore. A solo producer like trying to handle the paperwork, the marketing, the software, the technology. You almost need at least an assistant to be a producer that can like really sustain, right? So that's almost like a small team that's being created. Know who you are, like know what your identity is and what you're building towards. Because I think the worst thing is like when you don't know and you're trying to like you're kind of figuring it out. You're stressed out over here. You're being pulled back into transactions. You're being pulled into like helping agents, but you're pulled back over here, and you're like, I don't even know which one I'm optimizing for. That's where I see like a lot of like frustration and stressful moments when I'm talking to other smaller teams around the country. So I think that's
Well, I think your perspective is going to be really like good because Align has sort of created the solution for struggling small teams. So what is the sentiment with these teams,
yep.
and why do you think they're coming to you to try and find a path forward?
So zooming out just a bit there. So my like 15-year uh, you know career here in real estate started as a solo like agent at Remax, sold some deals. Everybody was selling real estate, right? Everyone was just kind of doing it themselves. There was very small teams emerging. 3 or 4 years in, everybody was starting a team. Every producer was starting a team because the world got more complicated. The world like of lead flow and lead gen and like CRMs were more needed because like I sold 10, 15, 20 million a year just off SOI and open houses, getting 1 lead a month, right? From Remax, whatever weird portal that they were driving 1 lead a month to us from. As things got more complex, teams became necessary. Brokerages, look where we are now. We're at EXP, low splits, low caps, all that stuff, right? The brokerage model became less necessary. Teams filled the void. Now the world got more complicated again, right? Now with like the velocity of lead flow coming in with AI, with technology, with all the different softwares that's needed to run, there's almost the team has been replaced by like teams of teams is starting what we're starting to see. Even your team's smaller than ours, but still a large team by many standards. You have little pods and pockets that are probably emerging within your team of people kind of working together, doing some marketing together, right? Like so, we're kind of creating that. That's the evolution I see. So when we look at what we're doing in Align is we're creating that home for the teams of teams, right? And I've been looking at this for a few years where I even talked to a competitor of ours now, looked at it, was kind of thinking about joining that group. They're still a great group. They're doing good things. It wasn't the right time, wasn't the right fit, but I've kind of seen this trajectory happening and the need for consolidation, the need for me as a team leader with 10 agents, if I have to go figure out, even if I'm hiring some other people, I'm still too responsible for too many of those key decisions to really focus and drive deep on anything. So when we're talking to small teams now, it's like I'm stressed out. I'm selling a bunch of real estate, and I need to because I need to make money, and I want to grow something and build something. But damn, I'm handling everything, and things keep breaking, and things keep not working. And then I think I set up a system, and then that system sucks and it breaks, and then I'm fixing it, and now I'm right. So I'm driving someplace to be at the listing appointments, and I'd be back in the office like for 2 hours, like engineering a new software or a new product fix or something. So that's that sweet spot that we've kind of spent a ton of money and energy building, like that platform where it's, hey, you keep selling. We're actually going to help that selling get easier, and then we're going to help you recruit. We have the infrastructure to plug you right into to recruit to, and then once you recruit someone, what's one of the hardest things in real estate as a team leader? It's when you onboard a new agent.
Yeah.
Even like a experienced agent's tough, but like brand new agents or like newer agents, they're awesome. I love them because it's so rewarding. But shit, does your life stop?
Bad habits.
Right? Your life stops though because you're teaching them everything. So if you can recruit, let us onboard them and give them back to you with basic training already there. Now you're just helping them deal doctor. Like that's the model because you kept selling, and now you've also started building. So that's the exciting thing that I think big team versus small team. I think a small team inside of a bigger team is great, or a small team that doesn't want to scale and grow like crazy, wants to go hire the right key people. I like hiring anyone I like. If I like you, I want to be able to hire you and put you inside our team, and for that you need scale.
Yeah.
But if you're going to stay small and get like, I'm only going to hire people who already have done 10 million, they know what they're doing. I'm not going to teach them about lock boxes in the MLS and how to run comps. You just have to know that's your model. And if you bring in someone brand new, it's going to blow your model up, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the perspective there.
Interesting. Do you have a agent count goal?
Not really. No. We have volume goals. We're charging to 1 billion this year, and then what we're building infrastructure wise, we think we can just double that to 2 billion next year. Is the kind of pace and structure that we have supporting that. We want every agent in our world who wants to build and grow to be able to build and grow. So like there are a lot of people like I want volume like $10 million per person or $8 million per person, whatever it is. We have a model where like if there's people on the team that want to sell 4 or 5 million because they have a second job or a partner that produces at a high level and they're hybrid stay-at-home mom or dad and also selling some real estate on the side, and that's cool for us, right? We were able to build the model to be profitable there. So that's why we don't really have the agent count or like the transaction per agent count goal, and it's more just the bigger number goal, which just gives us
so interesting because like the teams have basically become the brokerage. Like if you didn't have a franchise behind you, Align would be like its own entity.
Yeah. I mean, we only really need EXP behind us. There's some reasons we need them and reasons we like them. We need them for the brokerage compliance and our state brokers, I don't know how they are in New York, but our state brokers are ridiculously awesome. Like they're accessible, they're thorough, they're like quick to respond on stuff. Really awesome. So like that's a layer that we don't have to worry about. So that's what we need them for. Clearance, transaction payments, all that stuff. All like really good for like the price that we pay for our caps and things like that.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
like it's a no-brainer not to do that. But then there's obviously these guys, right? It's the community that you build when you're part of a big organization. Like could we replace that through a Tom Ferry or through some other coaching? Maybe, but I don't know. You've been in a lot of rooms. It's nothing quite as intimate than this group that we have. That's really hard. I can't see how you could replace that.
Yeah.
In our world. So awesome. I love that.
The last thing I'll say is we enter into this world of like change, and I think the market's getting a little tough again. I think there's a lot of attention on teams, and like you said, are they teams, are they not? Profitability is something teams do not talk about at all. I think a majority of teams are not profitable, and I don't think it's widely like discussed because everybody's embarrassed and they want to be like falling and they're not. But I think as you guys like grow down this path with Align, I think you'll get a lot of agents, but I think you're really going to start having a lot of conversations with smaller mid-sized teams that just are looking for a solution to actually like have their life back.
Yeah, for sure. And it was, I'm a perfect example. I was the first team to merge into Align with Brett. Like Brett was the core group. I was Homes by Bonk. He changed his name to Align. and really was just building his own team by himself, still 30, 40, 50 agents, whatever that was at that point. And I was that first bigger 10, 12 agent, $100 million team that came in. And we were profitable. Like, we were not crushing it because I was getting to a point where I had to invest in more and more staff, more and more technology. And I didn't have the agent count yet because I was spending my time and energy there and not recruiting. And then all of a sudden I go to recruit, and now I was like taking so it was balancing. I had a couple great staff members. I was freaking lonely doing it. That was the biggest thing. I was just like, this sucks. Like, and I saw Brett in my market building a parallel business. He was, a couple years ahead of me, but he had a very similar structure. And I was like, why am I trying to, we're going to the same conferences, coming back, implementing the same things. I'm frustrated, banging my head. Like, I feel like I could be more specialized rather than trying to oversee every operation. And that's where the economy of scale really came in. And the cool thing is, like, we have awesome brands inside of the brand now. Like, these new teams, like Florida, we have 3 different teams in Florida that have joined over the last 6 months that are all their independent brands powered by Align, and they all have their own little personalities. They all have their own like local market presences and things like that. And they're sending agents to our trainings, and they're leveraging our marketing, they're leveraging our TC, and the culture too, right? Like the meetings, the connection with people, and they're not on an island by themselves.
Yeah,
so
love that.
It's been interesting, which leads us right into a next topic I wanted to hit on. What the fuck is culture? Everyone talks about. So you talk to any team leader, and I actually am very excited to hear you talk about this because, and this is no blowing smoke, I don't know if there's a better culture than the Stevens Real Estate Group out there. Though you guys travel 4 hours away to go to like an event or a rally, and you bring like 20 people with you. I'm like, I can't get 5 people to go 3 blocks to a happy hour sometimes. And I'm like, how the hell do they show up like this? So what is, this is what I want to know from you. What is culture? Like, what is qualified as culture and actually makes sense? And what is a team value that's not culture? Like, what is something like the tangible versus the culture? How do you distinguish? How do you organize those things in your head? And how do you deliver those things and work on those things?
I think a lot of people say, oh, we have great culture. And I pressed actually a Berkshire Hathaway broker on this. I'm like, what is culture? Like, what is good? You have a good culture. And people, of course, always say that. And I think I'm in this organization, so I know it's special, but I don't see it from an outsider. Culture to me is a feeling. It's the way that our organization truly supports each other, lifts each other up, shows up for each other, has each other's back. I'm big on personal development, so I think a lot of our culture has been woven so tightly because we know the deepest, darkest cracks inside of everybody. Yeah. We know why you're hurting. We know your trauma. We know what you're trying to break through. We know what your goals are, and we're going to hold you accountable to them. And we allow you to be vulnerable, and we allow you to show up broken and have bad days. And it's just a place where you can come and it's safe. And everybody knows, I'm a ride or die girl. Yeah. I got you. You need me, I got you. And I think everybody inside our organization is the same. And we know how to have fun, and we know how to work hard, and we know how to show up. But beyond all that, my vision and mission for the company is to leave people, places, communities better than I found them. So if I can leave you better than you came in here, that's enough for me. And I think we do that. I think we help develop people, and through developing people, we make just a beautiful community inside of our real estate company.
I love that. So to break that down a little bit and get to tangible pieces there, you recruit to that, I would assume. You're looking for signs of I'm a ride or die kind of person, or I'm selfish and I'm not, and will you turn people down if you feel like they're not culturally aligned?
And I think energy? The thing with us, I said before we get on, we before me, right? We're a we organization. If you're a selfish person, and that's fine, or toxic, or out of alignment with what you said or what we are, you're going to be found out real quick. Mm-hmm. Because our organization, I don't just say this to say this, it is ultra positive. There is no tolerance for toxic gossiping. There's just no time for it. Right. And if you plop yourself, and we've had them in the organization, and you're misaligned, very quickly, you're going to feel it, and we're going to feel it. And it's just I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a
they're gonna
special,
almost self-select out, I would think, right? They're like be uncomfortable almost and not feel
and I
like,
and it's one thing for us to say this is our culture, this is who we are, but it's another thing for the entire organization to embody it and hold the line on it and be like they're out of alignment with the culture. Like, and, it's just you can feel it.
you can, and sometimes it's hard to. And you probably, what I guess and what I see actually is that you do a lot of things that support that, maybe without even running it through the "Am I building culture?" feeling. You guys literally, what is it? If you close a deal, you get to throw a beanbag and you get $20 from Bruce every Tuesday at your team
We
meeting.
just Yeah, well, we
That's the
ring the
coolest
gong
thing
every
ever. Who
Tuesday.
doesn't want to be a part
The
of
gong,
that?
the gong has always been a thing, right? That's just like a rite of passage. And then we're like, oh, let's play cornhole. And so anybody that has a closing in the last month gets to throw X number of bean bags based on how many times you closed. And that's fun. So we take Bruce's money. And I'm like, come to take Bruce's money. We just had like the most epic field day ever. And, we're a competitive organization. Like, we just have great people. And that's where people always ask, like, what are you most proud of? It's like hands down the people.
Yeah,
And, but also I come in, we had a training yesterday. I come into this office, everybody gets my attention.
yeah,
I rub everybody's back. I look everybody in the eyes. I hug everybody. I ask, how are you? What's happening? Like, I make sure that I'm very involved in people's lives. And I would be out of alignment with myself if I wasn't.
you didn't have to.
I don't like being disconnected from my people.
Well, that's one thing that I do think is many times goes unrecognized or unnoticed or unthought about is culture. You can design a culture, I think, like talking about doing your field days, doing the beanbag fun stuff, like getting. But real culture to me needs a face. It needs like a leader or leaders that have that type of energy that you and Bruce and a lot of your other top leadership in the organization has. Because if you don't have that, it's manufactured. It feels manufactured, and like to your point when you kicked off, it's a feeling. It is a feeling too. It's a feeling of safety. It's a feeling of support. It's a feeling of like a place that you can like be comfortable being yourself and build and being vulnerable. Like so, it's creating that feeling and without a person like a leader's face as in the energy of one person or two people, three people doing that. I don't know if it's completely manufacturable, right?
Yeah.
Without that key piece of it.
And when everybody is bought into the culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such a magical feeling.
Totally.
Everybody believes in the mission. Everybody's aligned. Everybody's rowing in the same direction. Even on Tuesday when we were throwing the beanbag and people are in the back of the room chatting and there's little silos of conversations happening. I walked to the back of the room. I literally grabbed them all and I brought them forward. And I said, a team is on the field together until the game is over. Your colleagues are throwing the beanbag and we're celebrating their wins. It is not the time to be disengaged, gossiping, talking like everybody. And then everybody came forward and the room got loud and the energy was lifted. And so it's just me. I'm very energy aware.
Yeah.
I can feel things. I know when things are a little and I think, I am who I am. Like, I'm loud, I'm energetic, I'm whatever.
You're the best. You guys are the best is what you guys are. And we came years ago now to one of your team meetings.
That was
me,
crazy.
Mike, and Megan back in the day when we were a tiny little team.
I need to find that picture.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's gotta be. It's probably pre-COVID. It was probably 6 years ago, 5, 6, right when we first met.
We were both trying to figure it out, and then we took that little hike. We popped a bottle of champagne at the top of the ridge, right? Like,
yep, that was so fun.
Yeah, it's like the evolution.
Seriously, I know. We're both like paused for a second, like daydreaming about what the last 6 years of mayhem has looked like since that day. All right. So this is one other thing I wanted to talk about, kind of the flip side of this coin. You ask a team leader, what's the most important thing about your team? Why do you attract so many people, or what's your best value prop? And I think the answer is too many times culture. Even though we just talked about how important culture was, and it is, and it's something you should focus on, and it's something that will be an intricate part of your team. But what are the things that should also live alongside culture as far as team value? And being like more tangible than team value? Like, do you have buckets when you think about that? Do you have like different pillars of it? Like, where does your brain go out of the gate on that? And I'll share some ideas too.
Yeah, Ian, so we're obviously, I guess you'd call us a large team, but in terms of like Align versus us, we're a very small team. So profitability is like the number one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like because of what we are and who we are, we want agents to join our organization that want to build businesses that are profitable and sustainable. The culture is a byproduct of that. Accountability is a byproduct of that. Like, do you want to work? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to leverage and scale and grow? And not just something massive, just something where you're living a good life that you feel great about and you're accomplishing your goals, whatever they are. Those are your goals, and we're just here to hold you accountable to them. We're not interested in just hanging licenses here. We're interested in helping people really grow profitable real estate businesses. And I think we've been very successful in doing that.
Yeah.
Almost 100% of our roster will bring home 6 figures plus. And like, that's a beautiful thing. And that's where it goes back to like splits. Well, splits really don't matter if you're, if you're profitable.
Yeah.
And that, that's what we want. We want you to buy investment properties, invest, have financial freedom, pay off debt. Like, we want you to accomplish everything you want to accomplish in your life, and selling houses is just the vehicle.
The vehicle to get there.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I think, when I sit down with a team leader or an agent or anyone looking at our organization and we talk about like tangible value props, I feel like a lot of teams have a hard time really identifying what they are. And I put them in 3 buckets is how I look at them. One is we show you how to do things. The other is we do things for you. And then the last one is we give you things to do. So show you how to do things, we're training you. We're giving you everything you need to know to train, to keep up to speed. Doing things for you, marketing, transaction coordination, like taking things off your plate. Like I had a call right before I had to push this 5 minutes. An agent of ours who's growing an incredible scalable business down in Maryland is like, hey, I got this stupid big account and I don't know how to handle it like logistically. I'm like, don't worry about it. Dump what you need. We'll vibe code it for you. We'll bring it to our fractional CTO. We'll build you a software. Go back and do what you're doing. The guy's going to sell like 40 million a year as an agent on the team this year. So like we're doing stuff for him, and that's a value prop. And the last is we're giving you things to do. You guys are a big Zillow Flex team. Like sometimes that's like people always steer away from leads as a value prop. I don't know if I totally agree with that. I kind of lean into it. Like you're a new agent, you're an agent trying to grow. I always think it's like a race to 50 deals or race to 100 deals, and then I can run a SOI, repeat and referral business. But how do I get to those 100 deals faster? Is give me leads, give me flex.
And it's all like, it's honestly all, I don't know why people lean away from it, because showing you, teaching you, doing it for you is only possible if you have the business to be able to plug in to the TC department, to the CTO, right? Like you need the opportunities, and all money is green. Like, I don't understand why people don't realize, build your pipeline. Build a pipeline so strong that you don't need lead opportunities.
100%.
Because you have an SOI business that's going to sustain, your career. But everybody sort of has to earn that. Like, you have to build an SOI. In our world, I find often people put leads in as SOI because it's a higher split for them. Right? It's my sphere. Well, no, it's not your sphere. It's an open house lead. Or it's a sign call. Or it's a listing lead. Like, you have to actually categorize opportunities through the true source.
Really,
to then understand like where your business is actually winning. But I think I did rentals, Jeff, for like 5 years straight, because it was like, man. I just had no business. I had no sphere. I was a brand new agent in a really crappy real estate recession, and I just was willing to do whatever I had to do.
But you know what? And this will resonate with you. Mark Staley, obviously one of our top favorite people in this world. Mark is building a team within our team. He's managing people on the Align roster, but he's also going out, he's starting to really recruit. And he's recruiting in Hoboken, very rental heavy place. And something we've identified is that the best agents, the newer people, like second career, shifting out of like finance, sales, whatever the thing might be, they're like excited. They're like, hey, do you have rentals that I can start on? Like, I'd really love to come in and just cut my teeth. Yeah. They're like, quick money. I can learn on the fly, high velocity, high volume. They get the value of at-bats. They get the value of reps. And so what we're actually doing is we're building out an entire training track that involves like videos and then meetings with Mark and then getting plugged into certain ponds of old rental leads and getting on the right flows. And we're recruiting to it now. And we've got like 3 brand new Hoboken agents who are so excited, all like 30, 40 years old, not brand new. You know, who the people that come in that are brand new out of college and things like that, I don't want to do rentals.
Oh, of course not.
I want sales. I want a $2 million average price point. I'm too good for everything else. And guess what happens? They fail. They go back to corporate America.
I'm like, you guys realize you're stepping over like even $1,000. Like, I don't understand, like $1,000? Like, and you know, so, but it's funny you say that because Marty on our team, who runs our management company.
Oh, Marty, I know Marty.
Oh my God, he'll do probably 110 transactions this year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Predominantly 95% rentals because he is full time in our management company.
Yep.
He will outperform the majority of the agents on this team by doing $3,500 rentals.
Yeah.
Net, you know?
Yep.
So it's just how you look at opportunities. And he's like, I'll take it all. I don't care what it is, how much it is, you know.
The database that builds too. And like for us, our rentals are usually people that are just getting new to the area. They're still exploring where they want to live. They're high earners in the city. They're transplanting it from other places.
They're buyers.
They're $2 million, million and a half dollar buyers in 6, 12, 18 months many times. Or
maybe it's 10 years. Who cares?
Or
right?
If they go to the burbs and buy, I'll take a referral check too because I rented them a place and we stayed in good rapport. And Mark says this all the time. He's like, if you show up and half-ass a rental appointment and just show like some love to the renter, not even your full energy. Like if you just showed up on a bad day, but you gave them what you'd give a buyer, they're yours forever. They're your client. They refer people, buyers, sellers, everybody in between. They'll refer to you. Any other deal they do, they're with you. Like they're so appreciative because unfortunately the rental market's so fragmented and so kind of, I guess at least busted up. It's like a shit market to work. People get bad service. And when they meet someone who's like taking time to understand what they want, hey, there's a rental building over there. You don't even need me. I'll only get in the way, but here's who to go to talk to. Like if it works out without me, no problem. Like have that perspective. Holy God, or do you have an advocate in your CRM?
I think it really comes back to operating with value and operating with zero expectation of the outcome.
Yep.
You know, like I'm here, I've met you, like however, whether you rent this place, buy, it doesn't matter because every person you meet is for a reason. And so it's funny, the last thing I'll say on this, I keep telling agents on my team, if it were me and I was looking to build a pipeline right now, I would lean into we have an insane database of renters. Who are these people? How can we coach them? How can we help them restore credit, get connected with lenders, empower them to be in a position to buy, help them understand the cost of waiting, the cost of renting versus the cost of owning, and start having webinars, seminars, whatever it is, to get these people in a position to become buyers. In our market, probably worse than yours, It's more money to rent than it is to buy.
Yeah.
And people have a limiting belief they can't afford it or it's whatever. Their credit's shitty and therefore they just stay serial renters. It's like, no, let's empower these people to become homeowners.
Yeah. So many people don't know what they even have access to on the purchasing side. We have stories all the time. Like Christian Gonzalez is another guy, a Hoboken guy, who is so good at. You want to? Okay, cool. Can we just run through the numbers real quick? I want you to understand all your options, and all of a sudden someone's renting or buying. It's like, and they're thrilled to the moon about it, just because they weren't aware, and we just take that for granted sometimes and keep moving. I love that. One more question on this: Do you have all your rental leads like organized in one place in Pond or something like that? You guys do a good job of scraping and collecting those. That's something we're actually working on right now because we have so many. Our rental listings are through all the different agents. So then they go into their CRM and they kind of die there sometimes, and we don't scrape them out enough. So like we're in efforts to do this, we're trying to build a plan to go and scrape and like, because people aren't going to work them, they'll happily purge them out of their account, but they just don't do it because we don't have like a process around it.
And make sure they're tagged. Like ours are tagged based on how they're coming in, like Zillow Rentals or wherever it's coming in from. Tagged, and we have batter, which is sweeping leads out of people's names that are just sitting there.
Yeah. That's awesome. We built like a vibe coded batter, which we've been playing with. But the sources, I think we can grab them all. Awesome. All right, let's close with this. I have FOMO already. and the event hasn't even started. You'll be in San Diego with all of our friends at Fast Forward Movement. Was it next week already, right?
Yeah, it starts Monday night.
Coming up next week. What are you excited about? Tell everybody about, Charleston, what we like, anything you want to talk about, Fast Forward related.
The energy of being MCs together. Like that was special. I was even trying to explain to my buddy Elias.
Hold on. That's very nice of you to say, but you're going to be up there with the big dog. Like the energy is going to be pale in comparison.
I was just telling my buddy Big Dog, like, I don't know if we could do it better in terms of flow, in terms of you on stage, me on floor. And we're both like very, I'm much less analytical than you, but we're very thoughtful in like, we were listening and communicating and talking. What are we going to say? What's the takeaway? Like we spent those 2 days just strategizing.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it'll be interesting because me and Elias are both sort of the same personality. So we'll see how we deliver on that.
I can see that. You guys might like two fireballs like crashing on stage.
Like, you go on stage and I go on the floor. This is how it's going to happen. Like, but
FaceTime me if you need me to referee. All right, yeah, I'll be here.
We're gonna crush it. And the funniest thing he said, I got his baby Fast Forward onesie.
I saw that.
And it says little dog on the back.
A pair of baby J's, I think, too, right? You guys are so sweet.
And he's like, I'm gonna baby Simba. You remember the Lion King? Where he's like, can I baby Simba, Angelo? I'm like, did you just say baby Simba? So he's bringing his baby on stage and he's gonna circle of life that baby out to the audience.
And, I might have to get on a plane just for that. And I've done that to all three of my kids, right? Including the dog. Over our lagoon at our family house down the shore. All three of them when they were born. I brought them out over the lagoon, presented them to the community.
Well, that's what he's gonna do. And they have Navy SEALs doing like ass whooping boot camp at 6 a.m. on the beach, and they actually have a lot of like they have a body language expert coming in and a linguistics person talking about like language and body language and posture, and so they're bringing in some cool outside speakers.
That's awesome.
So that'll be exciting. Joe Oz is opening it up. Veronica Figueroa is coming in. She's opening day 2, I think, and I think it's going to be a good roster. Awesome. But
it's on a beautiful, like iconic resort, from what I understand, right in Coronado Beach, right?
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know what these are quarterly masterminds, and Lindsay and I are part of through the EXP group that we're in. It's the coolest thing with me about it is there's tons of stuff you can learn. Was there like 6-8 hours of like stage time between the 2 days, 9 to 1, 9 to 12 each day for 2 days, but then built all around it is not just like cocktail hour socially things, like activities and like things depending, like we did a ghost tour in Charleston, we went on a boat, we played golf, we went to a cookout, like a low country boil. They're awesome events. So if you're not with us at EXP or Fast Forward,
be with us.
Be a guest, come with us. If you're with us, get your butt to them. Like this is the first one I'm missing, I think, in the last 3 or 4 because of just some family stuff that's going on travel wise. But I'm really upset that I'm not going to be there. So,
well, I'll be connected with you for sure.
Well, I think we'll be doing this podcast from there. So let's find, maybe if you and Elias get together, I think Elias will be our guest next week if we can work out the details, and maybe you could do it from like, I don't know, the breakfast or something, like set up with the thing. But I don't know. We'll get creative with it. Maybe we'll give everyone a peek inside of it. So, all right, Linz, always great hanging out with you. Say hi to Bruce and the fam, and
appreciate you.
Talk to you soon.
Show up,
guys. Show up, baby.